Spring approached suddenly. We had tons of rainy days in the Hudson Valley, and all the flowers started blooming so quickly. I love how the flowers are a gentle reminder of how beautiful change can be, how we are all transitioning from one stage of the cycle to the other, and how important it is to savor the moment before it goes away. I have been feeling a call to welcome in fresh starts, from moving stuff around in my art studio to new ways of organizing myself. And also, I decided to work a little bit more on my sketchbooks, as they always become the invitation to explore new themes or color palettes in my upcoming paintings. It had been a long time since I started a new mandalic painting. I have truly missed working on all my geometrical shapes, and I've come to realize I rarely share all the process it takes to make one of these mandalas. For a small painting like this one, it usually takes me around 3 to 4 hours to map down the whole mandala in pencil. Taking the time to work on all the tiny measurements and angles with patience truly pays off. I will make sure to record more of this part of the process so I can show you in detail how it goes for one of my bigger paintings. I guess I am learning to embrace and also to share the parts of my process that I think may look boring to other people, but those that I truly cherish and appreciate. This to me speaks a lot about the importance of taking our time in this structure and working on our building blocks with intention. Hello and welcome to this fine Friday at the studio. I've been under the weather for the past week or so, and I've been drinking lots of warm drinks, lots of tea, lots of reishi, which I haven't been having any mushrooms for the longest time, but anyhow,
Today I've been working on a presentation on Blue Lotus on Nymphea caerulea, which is this dear ally of mine, and I'm working on a presentation because tomorrow, Saturday, we have a paint with me with my Patreons on the Dancing Flowers and the Magic Mushrooms tiers. Once a month we meet in Zoom and we either paint together, or we talk about the books that we're reading, or we share a ceremony with a plant. And this month we are painting, and we're painting Blue Lotus. So in this presentation I'm getting into all the details of the taxonomic part of lotus. We're going to be studying the different parts that compose the flower, like the sepals and the stems and the anthers and the petals and whatnot. And I'm also getting a little bit into the story of how Blue Lotus has been seen as an ally for spirituality in the Swama nation and pretty much making a comeback nowadays. So talking all things Blue Lotus, but I've also been very interested in finding a way to store my Patreon rewards, the print and sticker, because I have just been keeping them in the boxes that they arrive, and it's not the best system. And it actually, not only it's not the best system, it doesn't really look that nice either. So inspired by Lee Ellickson, I went and shopped for some crates on Hay online, and I got my first part of the order today. This is my first time getting crates that are unassemblable, desarmables, and they're the prettiest pastel colors. I'll get into these as soon as I finish my lotus presentation, and then my treat will be to make some lotus tea and get these crates ready and put my rewards in them. Whew.
Squarespace is the virtual home of my website, art portfolio, and online shop. I've been using Squarespace flexible website templates since 2018, and I can't recommend them enough. It is so easy to customize my website's look and upload my content to always look its best in every device. I'm currently very excited to try out their Fluid Engine, their next generation website design system, as it is super customizable and easy to use. You can use a 2-week free trial using the first link on this video's description, and once you're ready to launch, use the code CAROAREVALO to get 10% of your first purchase of a website or domain. It felt so good to get these crates, as sometimes I don't permit myself to invest in things that could make my life easier, and I just overcomplicate myself for no reason. I am just starting to learn to permit myself how to do those things, those investments, and then it makes me so content when I realize how much easier it makes my day-to-day life.
So I've been keeping the rewards on the boxes that they come in, and as you can see, let's say here I have all the ones that were the Basidiomycota mushrooms, but I also have the orchidaceas, as well as some stickers for those months, the orchid, Gabriela orchid, and the puffball mushroom. And these is an organized box, but there's others like this one here, where I have a bunch of different stickers, as well as a bunch of postcards, all mixed up. Here are envelopes, more postcards and stickers. And having the rewards in these boxes has definitely made it trickier to ship from my Patreon shop. So I have a Patreon exclusive shop where people can get all the past prints and stickers, and every time that I get an order there, it's like opening all the boxes, finding the right one. So these will come in handy, as it will be easier to find them, stack them up. They're gonna look prettier, and I want to make some labels so that I can know where everything is. It's the little things that make the processes that make process easier. That's my crate corner for now. I would love to get a shelf so I can place all of these, not one stacked on top of the other, but rather in different levels. So I'll start looking for a shelf to see something that fits and looks nice. And I think this organization will be so helpful for all things Patreon from now on, for the Patreon secret shop. And I actually love how my desk looks here for now or forever. I don't know. It gives me enough space to get stuff from the crates, to paint here, as well as to paint the eukaryotic painting, which is right there. And yeah.
This spring, I did some advances on my eukaryotic painting. I started the section of the conifers, the group of the cone-bearing seed plants. Most plants in this group are trees, and some of them are shrubs. Some plants you may know from this section include the pines, the firs, the cedars, the juniper berries, redwoods, and cypresses. This group contains more than 600 species of plants, and even though the amount of species in this group is considerably small in comparison to other groups, it has some of the most important plants ecologically. as they occupy lots of land and national forests, usually in the northern hemisphere of our planet. I have loved researching and learning about the conifers, as they are the plants that symbolize the country I've been living in for the past 10 years. And I also love working on them because they have very intricate and interesting patterns, and I have had so much fun learning how to draw and paint them. Something that I particularly loved about this section of the painting is that I got to paint my first tree. I have painted trees in the past, but they were more abstract, and this one was more of an actual study of a giant sequoia. The wood of this tree is so beautifully intricate, and it was a beautiful challenge to try and work on the leaves of trees, which is something quite new to me. This summer, I also got to work on some fun prints and stickers. You may have seen a vlog I released a couple months ago, my vlog in Spanish, where I shared the making of this painting. I also wanted to share with you the print I did to welcome spring. It was very fun to add this border to my painting, which is something new I was trying out.
Thank you, Patreons. We found a lost box that had the previous craft envelopes that I used to use, but now we're officially out of them and we started using the new envelopes. Yay! Yay! Ivo, what do you have in your hands?
I have my first 2 shipments for my book.
Yes! Yay!
Lastly, I started working on the monocot plate. This is one of the most important groups within the flowering plants, alongside the dicots. The monocots contain a single embryonic leaf in their seed, and some famous monocots include lots of the grains we eat around the world, like rice, oats, and wheat. That is everything for today's video. Thank you so much for sharing your time.